Hello guys, and today is another episode of TIF, or Thoughts, Ideas, and Features for Unturned 2. First one is, I already talked about this in a previous video, no one-hit guns except for things like grenades or generally explosive weapons and shotguns. Reason for this is just keep the game balanced. I have played and I've used the Maple Strike with a 6x zoom scope. I'm able to one hit people a lot of times at many ranges with the Maple Strike. I have had that experience being one hit killed. Of course, I was playing as a hero. I didn't just go around one hit everyone. I only killed people I thought were needed to be killed. But back to the what I'm talking about is how I dislike, or well, I mean we all dislike it, but I really dislike, and it really ruins my fun when I'm just walking around. I can have little to nothing, and I just get one-shotted out of nowhere. Just all of a sudden, I'm dead. Because I got one hit killed by some sniper way off in the distance. While it may not be realistic for you to survive like a M107 shot, it still should be like, it should not one hit you at least. Considering how it would just ruin your fun. Like, just imagine you've played for an hour or you've played for a few minutes. You have like a weak melee weapon, like maybe a baton and a pistol with maybe a few bullets. And imagine like you're new to the game as well. Like the game's been released, you're a new player. You're walking down the road like, oh, I've seen gameplay of DayZ, or I've even played DayZ. The people are relatively nice, considering you've met nice people, hopefully. And that no one has shot at you yet, then all of a sudden, boom, dead. You were headshotted by a M107 by whatever his name is. Respawn, you go, you're running around, all of a sudden, boom, same guy kills you with an M107. It ruins your fun, and it ruins it fast. And here's another idea. Zoom out a little bit for this. Is Riot Shields. Now, I'm not talking COD Riot Shields. They block all bullets, and you can use it as a melee weapon. The Riot Shield would excel at blocking bash weapons. It can stop things like baseball bats, crowbars. Of course, like something like a sledgehammer, it would do extreme amount of damage to it. I mean, it wouldn't absolutely just bust it instantly, but it won't completely stop the damage from a sledgehammer. You'll take some damage, and the Rifle will take a lot more damage to its durability. And it can stop small arms fire, like from a Browning, maybe a Magnum. Maybe the Magnum do a little bit of pierce damage to it. I don't know. It uses Winchester. Maybe it won't stop a Maple Strike. The Maple Strike will go right through it. It will lower its damage, but you'll still take damage. And what it's really good at is stopping zombies. You can hold it against zombies, and it'll protect you. It won't last forever, so you can't just sit there forever. You can use it as a weapon, but it's not going to be like a 2-hit kill or 1-hit kill. At most, when you hit someone at point blank with a headshot, even if it's a power strike, about the most damage you're going to do is possibly 2%, maybe 3% if you're lucky. It shouldn't do that much damage. Maybe it should only do 1% period, because it's not a good weapon. But it should be used to protect from zombies, low caliber bullets, and melee weapons. Like, it can stop a katana, but the katana, again, is going to do lots of damage to it. Certain weapons, especially the axe and the pickaxe, those two are going to be killers of Riot Shields. Because if the pick is going to go right through it. I mean, literally, it's going to go through it. the axe, it's just gonna bust it wide open. And you should have like the Riot Shield normal, and once it takes enough damage, it's gonna be very shattered and broken, and it's gonna be renamed to Broken Riot Shield. It can still do damage, you can still hit it for half damage that it would do so. If it's doing 1% damage per hit now, it would be doing 0.5, and it won't protect you at all. But I like to see like they would have the bullet holes would appear. There'd be damage marks on it where it's gotten hit. But this way it would give you a little something. It should be big and heavy, I guess. Maybe not heavy, but like maybe you have to. I would still like to see weapons being equipped on the back. So things like assault rifles and sniper rifles will appear on your back when not in use, and pistols would appear on your hip, whichever hand. Like if you have right-handed, it'll appear on your right hip. Left-handed, left hip. But enough of that. 2 more ideas to go. Next one, freaking chests. This has already been in the previous 2 versions of Unturned. How is it not in this version yet? I mean, you could still just take the recipe over. It's just annoying not having chests. This is one of the biggest reasons I'm not building bases right now, is because of the fact that there are no chests to store stuff in. This is actually like one of my shorter ideas I thought of, but freaking chests, Nelson, come on. Okay, so after that, here's something else I would like to see. How about some audio? Now, when you eat those, the certain berries, you'll get that hallucinogenic effect, and you'll hear sounds. I would like to have that normally, like maybe at night you can hear sounds that will affect you. I mean, not like affect your health, your sickness, or nothing, but like it would affect the player. They don't have to be like jump scare sounds or anything, but add something. And I know this has been said, and I would just like to see this just as this little effect. Maybe add little horror things into it. Like, if possible, maybe let's say add something like Slender Man into the game. Now, I'm not saying like he's an enemy you have to worry about or anything. I'm saying like maybe every once in a while he'll appear on the map at night. Like he'll be on the map at night. When a player looks at him, he'll teleport. Like you'll be able to see him for a few moments after being after being spotted by a player. He will like teleport somewhere else within 2 seconds of that. 2 seconds after being spotted, he teleports away. This way, I would just add this sort of "you're being watched" effect, maybe, or just some sort of horror effect, just some sort of like horror monster, maybe. Not as an enemy, not as a friendly or whatever, but just as something to unsettle players. Maybe add like red eyes in the dark. That would even be better, I imagine. Like you're just walking along and all of a sudden you see these red eyes in the dark and they don't stay long. They just appear and then go away. But just add some sort of horror effect to just to keep people on edge, just to make them just be a little more paranoid. They don't have to be actually part of the game in terms of you can kill them, they are a threat, but just as something is out there that you have to watch out for. And maybe do something like Apocalypse Rising did. Add some sort of actual monster that is powerful. I mean, Patient Zero in Apocalypse Rising is literally invincible. No way to harm him at all. But maybe add this sort of monster or something that you do have to worry about and that you can kill. It doesn't have to be really OP. It doesn't have to appear often. It can be like a very, very, very rare chance of it even happening. That way we'll have something to look over our shoulders at night for. But I think that'd be a nice thing to add. First, I would just like to have the audio and the glowing eyes, but I would like to have a threat out there as well we would have to worry about. Again, that's pertaining to my ruining the fun thing about having a monster that can kill you very easily. But, of course, I say it could kill you easily. Anyway, this is the end of the video. Really glad I can do another episode on this. And I will see you in the next video of this, which hopefully will be soon.